We will be starting the event in a short time. The dignitaries are just arriving onto the hall. Thank you. Distinguished guests, honored nominees, ladies and gentlemen, a very good morning to all. As a famous philosopher and teacher, Confucius said, and I quote, "If your plan is for 1 year, plant rice. If your plan is for 10 years, plant trees. If your plan is for 100 years, educate children." This was also the vision of our founding fathers who understood the importance of education in any successful long-term enterprise, with Sarvajana, the first school instituted by them in 1924, currently celebrating its centenary year.
What was once a dream, a vision, has now become a reality, standing tall and proud for almost 100 years. Today, we celebrate this vision, and it gives me immense pleasure to welcome you all to the 98th Founders Day celebration of PSG and Sons Charities. I am Dr. Vaidehi, professor at PSG College of Technology, and I am joined by Dr. Shaina Sheen, professor at PSG College of Technology, and we are pleased to host today's function.
Shri P.S. Govindaswamy Naidu, honored as a man of remarkable vision, unwavering faith, and unyielding integrity, the revered figure, known affectionately as PSG, has etched his legacy as a living legend in Pilamedu, Coimbatore. The profound aspirations of this visionary were brought to realization by his 4 sons, who established the PSG and Sons Charities Trust on January 25th, 1926. The four brothers, Sri P.S.G. Venkataswamy Naidu, Sri P.S.G. Rangaswamy Naidu, Sri P.S.G. Ganga Naidu, Sri P.S.G. Narayanaswamy Naidu, willingly and voluntarily partitioned their inherited ancestral properties, reserving 1/5 of the share to create a charitable entity. This philanthropic endeavor effectively became their fifth sibling. This trust was dedicated wholeheartedly to the advancement of education, training, industry, and social upliftment. Over the course of 98 years, the PSG institution's legacy has been handed down through multiple generations. Throughout this time, the visionary ideals of its founder, Sri P.S. Govindaswamy Naidu, has not only endured but have flourished, encapsulated in the resounding sentiment that charity has a far nobler purpose, that of empowering the youth through education. Today, we joyously celebrate this transformative vision, which has elevated education to unprecedented heights, bestowing immortal glory to the name PSG. Let us witness this remarkable journey of PSG and Sons Charities through a video presentation.
PSG from Coimbatore is a name synonymous with quality education, healthcare, business acumen, and philanthropy. To understand the genesis, growth, and objectives of the trust, it is necessary to travel back in time. The remarkable journey began on November 11, 1711, when Sri Ganga Naidu, forefather of the PSG family, established a settlement on an elevated mound known as Mede in Tamil. Inspired by the lush growth of Pulai flowers in the region, the community was named Pulai Mede. Over time, this name gracefully evolved into Pila Mede. Successive generations of Sri Ganga Naidu carried the torch of philanthropy forward. Prominent among them was Sri P.S. Govindaswamy Naidu, the great-grandson of Sri Ganga Naidu, who emerged as a visionary committed to charitable initiatives. He took to trading in cotton and made a name for himself through his integrity, business acumen, and insight. Sri P.S. Govindaswamy Naidu gave Coimbatore its four illustrious sons, Sri Venkataswamy Naidu, Sri Rangaswamy Naidu, Sri Ganga Naidu, and Sri Narayanaswamy Naidu. Seeing the need for a school in Pilamede, the brothers established Sarvajana High School on June 4, 1924. Sarvajana, the name meaning for all humanity, reflected the mission: education made universally accessible, breaking the barriers of social status. When the four PSG brothers inherited their family fortune, they took an uncommon vow. From the inherited wealth that we got in the name and memory of our ancestors and their salvation, we four brothers set aside rupees 2,01,116 worth of property listed below, voluntarily and with mutual consent. Thus was born the fifth sibling, the PSG and Sons Charities Trust in 1926. From its humble beginnings, the PSG and Sons Charities Trust continued to grow by leaps and bounds. The founding members' desire and pledge to provide for the society was a driving force behind the Trust's progressive growth. The PSG family is blessed with a number of luminaries, men of impressive foresight and impeccable ability. These managing trustees inspired the PSG and Sons Charities Trust to its remarkable achievements. Sri Rangaswamy Naidu was the initial torchbearer and the first managing trustee. Many more able administrators led the trust, including Sri Ganga Naidu, Sri G.R. Govindarajulu, Sri G.R. Damodaran, Sri G. Varadaraj, Sri G.R. Karthikeyan, Sri V. Rajan, and Sri G. Rangaswamy. Today, the trust carries on its activities under the stellar leadership of Sri L. Gopalakrishnan. The Sarvajana School started out with just 170 students and 7 teachers and went on to produce award-winning students and faculty. It was a proud moment for the trust when the renowned Indian poet Sri Rabindranath Tagore visited the Sarvajana School and sang the national anthem in 1926. The trust established the PSG Industrial Institute in 1926, a pioneering effort to bring together industry and academics. The institute was used as a wartime training center during World War II and holds the record for manufacturing the first centrifugal pump and electric motor. Over the next 2 decades, the trust established a polytechnic college and primary and middle schools in and around Coimbatore. The year 1947 was not just a landmark year in the history of India's independence. It was also the year the trust established the PSG College of Arts and Science. The PSG College of Arts and Science was one of the first in the country to be conferred with autonomy in 1978. The year 1951 witnessed the Silver Jubilee of the PSG and Sons Charities Trust and the creation of yet another academic landmark, the PSG College of Technology. Today, the PSG College of Technology enjoys a worldwide reputation with several tie-ups with prestigious universities globally. This offers students international exposure to some of the best curriculum. The faculty profile, placement track record, and current status of the alumni are ample proof of the Institute's excellence. Over the next 3 decades, the Trust added rural health centers and a metallurgy and foundry division. In 1985, the PSG Institute of Medical Sciences and Research was established during the Diamond Jubilee of the Trust with a vision to impart medical education and provide health for all. The Institute enjoys a reputation for producing some of the finest healthcare professionals. The Institute is now attached to the PSG Hospitals, which was later established in 1989. This allowed the Trust to provide affordable health care for the needy and was also an excellent opportunity for the medical students to understand the healthcare needs of the masses. In 2019, PSG Hospitals significantly grew its infrastructure with the B Block. First founded in the year 2000, the Cancer Center has transformed dramatically into the reputed PSG Institute of Oncology. With international standard diagnostics and comprehensive therapies, including radiation, chemotherapy, and surgery, it is now considered a premier cancer care hub in the state. In the 1990s, when India was experimenting with economic liberalization, PSG trustees anticipated the need for management professionals. In 1994, the Trust upgraded its Department of Management Studies and established the PSG Institute of Management. Today, it is a premier institute for management studies in the region, collaborating with globally renowned universities and institutes. The PSG Institute of Technology and Applied Research, PSG iTech, was started by the PSG and Sons Charities in the year 2014, in keeping with its objective of further enhancing youth empowerment through quality education. The institute will cater to specific engineering disciplines, focusing on learning, industry, engagement of students, and ethics. Established in 2021 with the goal of achieving excellence in architectural education, the PSG Institute of Architecture and Planning's pedagogy goes beyond building aesthetics. It focuses on creating thoughtful spaces with sense, soul, and character. Inaugurated in 2022, the PSG Convention Center reflects the forward-thinking and innovative spirit of the PSG and Sons Charities Trust. With its gleaming glass facade and sweeping dome, this monolithic, multi-level facility makes a striking addition to the PSG campuses. Designed for hosting conferences, exhibitions, and cultural events, the pillarless main auditorium can accommodate over 1,500 people. The center's versatile state-of-the-art infrastructure will further the Trust's vision to educate, empower, and bring people together for generations to come. The Trust went on to establish research centers, vocational training, textile institutes, and urban health centers. The Trust runs a Manavar Illam, a home for orphaned and destitute boys who are provided free primary and higher education at the Sarvajana School and PSG institutes. The Trust also runs Vishnu Granthi, a home for children with special needs. Here, the children are provided loving care and special education to suit their needs and abilities. Students of PSG institutions participate in several cleanup campaigns and afforestation drives. The PSG campuses are environment-friendly zones that set fine examples for the future generations to follow. The PSG institutes will continue to play a significant role in transforming the society by providing world-class education for the children from the weaker sections of the society. The Trust will be an active player in community development projects to protect the environment by involving its faculty members. In the health sector, the Trust looks forward to develop specialized departments to meet the growing healthcare needs of the society. For 98 years, the PSG and Sons Charities Trust has persevered in its commitment to selfless service, facing winds of change yet remaining true to its founding vision. Let there be charity so that others can share my family's prosperity. Built upon the generosity of four brothers, arising from their father's vision to put community before self, PSG and Sons Charities has empowered over 5 lakh students, enriching society through 30 eminent institutes as it marches towards its centennial milestone. This is the PSG legacy.
May I now invite the dignitaries to occupy their seats on the dais.
Let there be charity so that others can share my family's prosperity. The words of the founders of PSG and Sons Charities perfectly resonates with the Tirukural. குடிசெய்வல் என்னும் ஒருவருக்கு தெய்வம் மடிதற்று தான் முந்துரும். It is a long-lasting tradition for us to pay sincere tribute to the trailblazers and visionaries of the PSG group of institutions. This moment provides us with an opportunity to contemplate the aspirations we have nurtured throughout the years, reflect on the remarkable 98 years of enduring growth, determination, and excellence, and commemorate the collective achievements we have attained. Moreover, it serves as a platform to renew our aspirations, recognizing that success is an ongoing journey and there is always room for further advancement. Since the inception of PSG and Sons Charities, for the first time this year, two awards have been instituted. The PSG Vishwa Seva Ratna, that recognizes people who have shown excellence in their field and dedication for service to society, and PSG Vishwanyana Ratna, in recognition of their extraordinary scientific achievements in a wide variety of fields. Let us begin this event by invoking the blessings of the Almighty with a prayer song by Ms. Shwati and Ms. Lakshana, students of PSG College of Arts and Science.
मैत्रीं भजत अखिलहृजेत्रीं मैत्रीं भजत अखिलहृजेत्रीम् आत्मवदेव परानपि पश्यत युद्धं त्यजत स्पर्धां त्यजत त्यजत परेष्वाक्रममाक्रमणम् मैत्रीं भजत अखिलहृजेत्रीं जननी पृथ्वी कामदुघास्ते जननी पृथ्वी कामदुघास्ते जनको देवः सकलदयाळु धाम्यत दत्त दयत्वं जनत धाम्यत दत्त दयत्वं जनत श्रेयो भूयात् सकलजनानां श्रेयो भूयात् सकलजनानां श्रेयो भूयात् सकलजनानां श्रेयो भूयात् सकलजनानाम्.
I would like to acknowledge the presence of a person of eminence, Sri Vijay Mohan, founder of Precall Limited, who has kindly consented to be the chief guest for this event, and the awardees, Dr. P. Namperumal Swami and Dr. Manindra Agrawal. We also have with us to grace this occasion our Managing Trustee, Sri L. Gopalakrishnan, Chairman and Founder Trustee, Sri G.R. Karthikeyan, dignitaries, alumni guests, heads of various institutions, and well-wishers of PSG. May I request Dr. T. M. Subbarao, Principal, PSG Institute of Medical Sciences and Research, to kindly deliver the welcome address.
Ladies and gentlemen, a warm welcome to each of you on this auspicious occasion as we celebrate the 98th Founders' Day of PSG and Sons Charities. Today is a day filled with pride, gratitude, and a profound sense of achievement as we honor our founders' legacy and commemorate our institution's remarkable journey. We are truly honored to have Sri Vijay Mohan with us today as our chief guest, a visionary industrialist and the founder of Precall Limited. His presence adds immense value to our celebration, and we are eager to hear his insights and wisdom. It is a privilege to welcome you, sir. Founders Day is a special occasion where we express our heartfelt gratitude to stalwarts for their tireless efforts in contributing to the growth and betterment of society. Today, we are privileged to recognize the exemplary services of three distinguished individuals who have dedicated their lives to making a difference. Their transformative approach has shaped our present and paves the way for a brighter future. The first awardee, Dr. P. Namperumal Swami, Chairman Emeritus of Aravind Eye Hospital, has been a beacon of hope for those needing eye care. His relentless efforts to provide high-quality eye care to the needy and his vision to eliminate needless blindness have earned him the PSG Vishwa Seva Ratna Award. We welcome you, sir, for your kind presence. Our second awardee is Dr. Ajit Kumar Mohanty, Chairman of the Atomic Energy Commission and Secretary to the Government of India, Department of Atomic Energy. A nuclear physicist par excellence, he has played a pivotal role in advancing the field of atomic energy, and today he will be honored in absentia with the PSG Vishwagyan Ratna Award. He could not join us in the last minute because of an urgent commitment from the government. The third awardee, who will be honored today with the PSG Vishwa Gyana Ratna Award, is Professor Manindra Agrawal from the Department of Computer Science and Engineering, Indian Institute of Technology, Kanpur, who has made groundbreaking contributions to complex algorithms in computer science. His work has significantly shaped the landscape of technological innovation. A hearty welcome to you, sir. This Founder Day celebration is graced by esteemed dignitaries, including the Chairman of the Trust Board, Sri G.R. Karthikeyan, the Managing Trustee, Sri L. Gopalakrishnan, other trustees, members of the PSG family, and heads of institutions. We also extend our heartfelt welcome to the invitees from the various institutions, PSG administrators, faculty, staff, students, members of the media, and everyone who has joined us to make this day truly special. Let us come together to celebrate the accomplishments of the past and promise of a bright and inspiring future. May the spirit of service and innovation continue to guide us as we strive for excellence in all our endeavors. Once again, a warm welcome to each one of you. Jai Hind.
Thank you, sir. Sri L. Gopalakrishnan, the Managing Trustee of PSG and Sons Charities, is a person who has leveraged the strength of his legacy while embracing innovation and new ideas. He is instrumental in creating some of the best infrastructure for PSG institutions, as evident from this beautiful convention center, which is his brainchild. May I request you, sir, to give the presidential address.
Good morning, everyone, and welcome to this program. Chairman of PSG and Sons Charities, respected Chief Guest of the Day, Sri Vijay Mohan, Founder Precall Limited, Coimbatore, PSG Vishwa Seva Ratna and PSG Vishwanyana Ratna awardees, family members of PSG, distinguished alumni, heads of institutions, faculty members, students from Switzerland and faculty members from Switzerland, guests, members of the media, ladies and gentlemen, a very good morning and welcome to this program. I'm happy that Sri Vijay Mohan, founder Precall Limited, Coimbatore, is with us today to felicitate the awardees. Sri Vijay Mohan is an alumnus of PSG College of Technology and a recipient of the PSG and Sons Charities Distinguished Alumni Award in the year 2002. PSG and Sons Charities celebrates its Founders Day on the 25th January every year, being the date on which the trust was established. In the year 1926, when in the years we recognized and honored distinguished alumni from various of our PSG institutions. 2002, 2003, 2004, 2005, 2006, 2007, 2008, 2009, 2010, 2011, 2012, 2013, 2014, 2015, 2016, 2017, 2018, 2019, 2020, 2021, 2022, 2023, 2024, 2025, 2026, 2027, 2028, 2029, 2030, 2031, 2032, 2033, 2034, 2035, 2036, 2037, 2038, 2039, 2040, 2041, 2042, 2043, 2044, 2045, 2046, 2047, 2048, 2049, 2050, 2051, 2052, 2053, 2054, 2055, 2056, 2057, 2058, 2059, 2060, 2061, 2062, 2063, 2064, 2065, 2066, 2067, 2068, 2069, 2070, 2071, 2072, 2073, 2074, 2075, 2076, 2077, 2078, 2079, 2080, 2081, 2082, 2083, 2084, 2085, 2086, 2087, 2088, 2089, 2090, 2091, 2092 PSC Trust is reaching its 100 years of service in 2 years. Hence, it has been decided to institute awards of excellence in recognition of persons who have rendered phenomenal service to the nation in the name of PSG Vishwa Seva Ratna, and to persons who have contributed to the creation of and dissemination of knowledge in the name of PSG Vishwa Jnana Ratna. The Trust has so far established more than 30 institutions providing public service in the fields of school education, higher education in about 20 disciplines, a multi-speciality hospital, a teaching hospital attached to a medical college, industrial, manufacturing, and training centers. Our trust employs nearly 6,500 people and serves about 35,000 students. Our hospital and the allied public service institutions cater to around 3,000 people every day. The oldest institution in the group is PSG Sarvajana Higher Secondary School, set up in the year 1925 and is celebrating its centenary year this year. PSG institutions played a pivotal role in the industrial and educational advancement of this region by providing workforce and expertise from operating and managing textile mills, factories, educational institutions, and business establishments. In a way, the progress of Coimbatore is linked to PSC institutions, and I am immensely proud of that fact. Mention must be made about PSC institutions focused on some unique attribute to make it distinct. For example, the PSC Polytechnic College combined theory and practice in its curriculum. This institute is mainly responsible for the industrial growth of Coimbatore. This was set up when industry was looking for trained workforce to run and manage textile mills. Similarly, PSC College of Technology is well known for incorporating skilling in education. This also helped our alumni to become entrepreneurs in large numbers. The largest small-scale industry association in India, CODISIA, has a substantial number of PSC alumni as its members. The advent of information technology threw its challenge to PSC philosophy of education. This was met by setting in a PSC software division to develop software to meet the needs of educational institutions. Both students and faculty members are associated in this venture. Training in entrepreneurship, communication skills, leadership, and organization skills are the key aspects of education on our campuses. During this Founders' Day, PSG Vishwa Seva Ratna is awarded to Dr. Namperumal Swami, Chairman Emeritus, Arvind Eye Hospital, Madurai. PSG Vishwa Jnana Ratna Award is being given to Dr. Ajit Kumar Mohanty, Chairman, Atomic Energy Commission, Secretary to the Government of India, Department of Atomic Energy, Mumbai. And to Professor Manindra Agarwal, Professor, Department of Computer Science and Engineering, IIT Kanpur. I thank the chief guest and the awardees for sparing their valuable time and making our Founders' Day a memorable one. I wish them all success for their future endeavors. I thank all the invitees who have come in large numbers to make this Founders' Day program a great success and a memorable one. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. May I now call upon Dr. K. Prakashan, Principal of PSG College of Technology, to introduce our esteemed chief guest, Sri Vijay Mohan, to the gathering.
Most respected dignitaries on the dais, dignitaries of the dais, family members of PSG, members of this august gathering, pranams and good morning to all of you. It's a great privilege for me to introduce the chief guest of today's function, Sri Vijay Mohan, founder Pricol Limited. Sri Vijay Mohan, a native of Coimbatore, born in 1947, is the founder of Pricol Limited. After obtaining a bachelor's degree in mechanical engineering in 1969 from PSG College of Technology, he underwent extensive training in all facets of operations at Lakshmi Machine Works, Coimbatore, for a year to have a grounding in the nuances of business. Later, he obtained his master's degree in management science from USA in 1972. Subsequently, he was in Germany and Switzerland for a year to gain work experience prior to returning to India. Under the license Raj prevailing in India then, he obtained a license from the Government of India to manufacture instruments for the automotive vehicle industry. Pricol Limited was established in 1974 and commenced its production in 1975 as the third manufacturer of vehicle instruments in India. Within a decade, by mid-80s, Pricol became the market leader. Unlike a typical Indian company, Pricol invested substantial resources to build up its own expertise in R&D and product engineering to develop new products and solutions for its customers. Over the years, Pricol has actively added new products like sensors, oil pumps, water pumps, telematics, asset management products, cabin tilt systems, centralized lubrication systems, fuel pumps, piping systems, battery management system, disc brake systems, and high-end electronic driver information systems, including e-cockpit and head-up display, and has earned a name of repute with the vehicle makers in India and continues to have market leadership in many of its products all over the world. In subsequent years, other businesses such as Pricol Travel, Pricol Packaging, Pricol Properties, and Pricol Logistics have been established to form the Pricol group of companies. So in 2012, when he completed 65 years, Sri Vijay Mohan stepped down from the full-time management role and continued as non-executive chairman of the board. And in 2017, he continues to mentor the company with his team of executives. Such an eminent personality of knowledge, wisdom, and entrepreneurial skills, he is a recipient of Distinguished Alumnus of PSG Tech. This award was conferred on him in the year 2002 on a similar function, that is the Founders' Day. He contributes to the alma mater through the company, and the executives have established a center in our campus, helping students to gain experience in modern technology, software development, and miniature devices needed for the automotive industry. And Sri Vijay Mohan has contributed to the trust board as a trustee in the PSG and Sons Charities Board of Trustees. In 2023, to add the expansion of the company, Pricol has partnered with TYW in China. It's another major manufacturer of automotive advanced systems in the development of e-cockpit and head-up display. And the company has 9 manufacturing units, 7 vehicle segments, 400 plus product and process engineers, and employs about 6,000 people under various capacities, and 2 product verticals and 4 international offices. So we have such an eminent personality with us, and the latest contribution to PSG is the launch of, or preparing the launch of PSG Dr. GRD Science and Technology Museum in the same campus, adjacent building. Last 1 year after COVID, Sri Vijay Mohan has taken a very big push to see that the entire museum is set ready by next month. With the support of management and the other trustees of PSG and Sons at that museum, Alumni Foundation, he is taking a lot of interest and put all his energy to see that the museum comes up alive in a short time. I'm grateful to all of you for giving me this opportunity to introduce our eminent chief guest. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Prakasan. May I now request the chief guest, Sri Vijay Mohan, to address the gathering.
Dr. Nambarmal Swami, Professor Agrawal, Dr. Mohanty in absentia, the three who are to be honored here today by the PSG and Sons Charities, Mr. Gopal Krishna, the Managing Trustee, Mr. G.R. Karthikeyan, the former Managing Trustee, invitees for this function, faculty and students of the various institutions administered by the charity, a good day to all of you. Between the MC, the video, and Mr. Gopalakrishnan, a lot of things that I wanted to say has been said. They've taken the sail, the wind out of my sail. I might repeat some of the things because they are worth saying. PSG is a legacy of Coimbatore and is entrenched well in the minds of the citizens here. Most assembled here have already been exposed to the history of PSG and how the charities was formed. Even though Sri P.S. Govindaswamy Naidu passed away in 1918, his four illustrious sons, PSG Venkateswamy Naidu, PSG Rangaswamy Naidu, PSG Ganga Naidu, and PSG Narayanaswamy Naidu, believed in their father's vision. Let there be charity, therefore others also share the family prosperity. As was said, they realized unless the society around them is educated, it will be difficult to uplift the society. And that's the reason they, along with a few villages of Pelamedu village, started the Sarvajana School in 1924, as was explained here. Ponder over the name Sarvajana. It meant a school for all, whether rich or poor, caste no barrier. Such a noble thought, nearly 100 years ago, is really to be commended. No wonder, in 1926 itself, Sri Rabindranath Tagore visited the school. The four brothers were far-sighted. They soon realized that education by itself will not be enough to uplift the society. Industrialization is a must and cannot depend purely on agriculture or trading alone. That is why they formed the trust in 1926, which would help them to go forward in their charity activities. As was said over here, they divided their inherited wealth into 5 parts, and the 5th became the creation of the PSG Sons Charities as we know it is today. And on the request of the villagers of Pilamedu, they took over the Sarvajana school to be administered by the trust, which became the first of the very many institutions which have been established over the years. As was said over here, in 1926 itself, they established the Industrial Institute and started manufacturing centrifugal pumps and oil engines to drive them. And in the 1930s, they even started manufacturing electric motors, since electricity from Paikara hydroelectric power generation up in the hills to the north of here was available. I mean, they were one of the pioneers in Coimbatore to manufacture electric motors. Until then, electric motors used to be imported from England. Coimbatore was the first to make electric motors in the country, and that is why even now, 40% of the electric motors made in the country comes out of Coimbatore. Soon after, as was depicted here, the PSG Polytechnic was established, followed by the Arts College, and in 1951, the College of Technology. I'm not exaggerating if I say the impetus for Coimbatore to become an industrial city lies a large part thanks to the PSG and Sons Charities, thanks to the Industrial Institute and later the Polytechnic and the College of Technology. Coimbatore has the highest number of MSMEs in the country. MSME means micro, small, and medium enterprises. Officially registered, they have the highest concentration in the country. This can be seen in the well-being of the citizens here, the well-being of the city. As a percentage of the population, Coimbatore city has less people below the poverty line when compared to the other cities of Tamil Nadu like Chennai, Madurai, Trichy, or Salem. I was fortunate enough to study mechanical engineering here, and as was said earlier by the speaker, 54 years ago, in 1969, I got my bachelor's degree in mechanical engineering. But in those days when I studied here, there were only 3 streams of engineering available: mechanical, electrical, and civil engineering. There were very few electives. So much so that when I got admission in United States in 1970 to do my master's degree in management sciences and in manufacturing, I was only given a provisional admission. For the first semester, I had to pass a number of bachelor's level courses. Courses in economics, marketing, production, computer programming, and Fortran, etc., which were not available in the engineering colleges in India. Maybe they were available in IITs. Dr. Agrawal, were they available in those days? No. So when I was a master's student over there were 3 types of exams for the master's degree students to test their capabilities. The first was the closed book exam, like what we have in India today. The student had to dredge all the learnings from his memory of what he understood the lecturers had spoken and answer the questions to pass the exam. And this kind of exam, since Indians were used to rote learning, the Indians used to fare better than the American students. The second type was an open book exam. The student could bring books and reference materials to the exam. So unless the student was thorough in understanding what the lecturers had told them in the class, they would not know which book to refer or what reference material to refer to get the solutions within the stipulated time to pass the exam. Here, the Americans had caught up with the Indian students. The third type was the take-home exam. You had more than 2 weeks to find a solution to the problem the professor had laid out. Remember, those were not the days of the internet. You could not Google to find the answers of the solution. One had to go to the library to read a number of books and journals and ferret out the information from there to find an answer to the problems posed by the professor. Initially, the Americans outscored the Indians over here, but soon the Indian students learned to adapt and catch up with them. In real life, one does not always solve the problems purely from learning which is stored in the memory. You consult with others, you read a lot of books, you learn from the others to solve the problem. I'm glad to say that over the years, from the time I graduated from PSG, the management has strived hard and succeeded in changing the curriculum, in changing the teaching methods to keep ahead of the times and the needs required. And they have improved the standards of the institutions manyfold. For example, by the time my elder son Vikram Mohan enrolled himself in PSG College of Technology in 1992 to do production engineering, there were a multitude of courses available either in electronics or computers or design, etc. And for his final year, where he had to have 4 electives, there were hundreds of subjects. Of the 4 electives that he chose, for 2, he was the only student. Normally, a college would have requested him to drop those 2 electives and join others where there were a number of students. That they did not discourage him so. The management allowed him to continue with the 2 courses even though he was the only student. He had to meet with the professor maybe a couple of times a week, and through discussions with him, understand what he had to learn, and on his own, go to the library and self-teach himself. The professors could only guide him on the right path. Look at the transformation between the time I was there in the 60s and the time my son was here in the 90s. So when my son obtained his bachelor's degree in production engineering in 1996, thanks to the innovative methods of self-teaching he had to do himself, he was a far mature person and more self-confident than would normally have been the case. My wishes that PSG Sons and Charities goes down the same path of more and more innovations in all its institutions to achieve greater heights. I really am glad that the Charities is instituting this program for the first time to recognize persons from society who have contributed a lot for the benefit of the society, and also for the creation of knowledge and dissemination of society to take the country forward. I really am indebted to have been invited to be the chief guest today in this inaugural but prestigious program. My sincere thanks to the management of the Charities. Thank you. A human being has 5 senses: sight, hearing, smell, taste, and touch. If I ask the audience over here to prioritize the 5 senses and to say which sense, if they lost, they would be affected the most, I'm sure the majority of people gathered here would say it is sight. It is indeed fortunate that the late Dr. G. Venkataswamy, born in 1988, soon after his retirement in 1976, when he attained 58 years, he formed the Govind Trust along with his brother-in-law, Dr. Nambermal Swamy, and started the Arvind Eye Hospital in Madurai in a small way to eliminate needless blindness. Because as I said, the loss of the sense of sight will affect a human being the most. From a humble beginning of 11 beds, they have now risen in leaps and bounds to have 14 eye care centers spread across South India, and even in Coimbatore, the Arvind Eye Hospital started in 1997. After Dr. G. Venkataswamy unfortunately passed away in 2006, Dr. Nambermal Swamy has headed the functioning of the Arvind Eye Care Center very ably and led it, along with this team of people, to the great heights it has achieved today. Let me throw a nugget at you. Thank God between the MC and the managing director, they did not say this. Today, they are the largest provider of eye care in the world, the largest in the world. Performing 4.5 lakh eye surgeries and procedures each year. Not only the largest, but the least cost in the world. Their hybrid model of using the profits from full-paying customers to subsidize those who cannot afford it, or even give free eye care to the very poor. Only 40% of the full-paying customers, the balance 60 are either subsidized or given free. Nowhere in the world does this happen. This indeed is a tremendous service to society, Dr. Nambermal Swamy. Google is now partnering with Arvind Eye Care Center to take all the information that Arvind Eye Care Center has gathered among the lakhs and lakhs or millions of patients that they have examined and the database, and how to use artificial intelligence to build a diagnostic system where by scanning the eye, and especially the tiny capillaries, one will be able to give a diagnosis whether they are okay or something else is going to happen a few years down the line much faster than any other diagnostic system. And this will be at much lower cost than the other diagnostic systems. I wish Arvind Eye Care reaching greater heights under you, Ms. Dr. Nambermal Swamy. The Atomic Energy Commission of India was formed soon after independence in 1948 under the guidance of the first chairman, Dr. Jahangir Baba. This was to organize research in atomic sciences, to train atomic scientists, to promote research, to promote nuclear research, and to extract atomic minerals in the country. Subsequently, in 1954, the Department of Atomic Energy was established to undertake the development of nuclear power technology in India and become self-sufficient in this field, not be fully dependent on advanced economies. Both the organizations have done commendable jobs. They could have done much more if only the politicians had given them a free hand and not be influenced by the Western powers' diktats. Now that over the last few years, the BJP government has shown more gumption and not kowtowing to the Western powers, and they could be in power at least for the next decade, if not more. I'm sure the Atomic Energy Commission and the Department of Atomic Energy will be given a free hand to do more and take India to greater levels for the benefit of the society. I wish Dr. Mohanty were here to hear my plea and take the message to the powers that be. India produces less than 4% of its total power from nuclear energy. Most of it comes from thermal power, burning coal, or from hydropower. France generates more than 70% of its power needs from nuclear reactors, nuclear reactor power generation. If France can do that, why not India? We have the largest reserves of thorium in the world. It is just lying idle, or like a few years ago under the previous regime, they tried to sell the thorium sand. I'm sure the Atomic Energy Commission and the Department of Atomic Energy has enough of knowledge to enrich this thorium and to build a number of nuclear power generation installations across the country. If we have a properly designed nuclear power generation system and it is managed well, it's far less polluting to the environment than the coal-powered systems. And it is far more consistent in giving power, in generating power, than the hydel systems which are dependent on the vagaries of the monsoon. If India has to go forward, we have to be ensured quality power consistently 24/7. I sincerely wish we go the way of France and generate more and more of nuclear power. I wish the Atomic Energy Commission and Department of Atomic Energy all the best in this endeavor. It is really a visionary thought of our first Prime Minister, Mr. Nehru, to start the IITs in the country. The first IIT was established in 1951 in Kharagpur, and within a decade, in 1961, we had 4 more, 1958 in Mumbai, 1959 in Kanpur and Chennai, and 1961 in Delhi, so that the IITs were spread through the 5 regions of the country. I'm happy that from 1994 onwards, when the Guwahati IIT was established, the pace has accelerated, and today we have 23 IITs in India, forming a large pool of education institutions of national importance. Thanks to professors like Mr. Agarwal and his peers, the IITs have turned out excellent graduates. I know that many of them have gone abroad for their higher educations and have even settled down over there to seek gainful employment. But those graduates who stayed back in India have helped to India go forward tremendously. Even amongst those students who went abroad and settled down there, many had startups which were very successful and generated gainful employment and wealth for those countries. And many others rose to eminent positions of power in the industries and businesses. So indirectly, this was also beneficial for India. The foreigners could see from the live examples in their own countries the kind of skill levels that is available in India, which has prompted them in droves to come and set up technology centers, design centers, manufacturing industries in India, generating lakhs and lakhs worth of employment and generating wealth for India. So, Professor Agarwal, I would like to commend you and your peers who have contributed a lot towards this. Now, coming to the kind of work Professor Agarwal has done, real cutting-edge computer algorithms to have better secure communications, and his other works which would help building better and more powerful computers. In these days of artificial intelligence becoming more and more pervasive, the kind of work Professor Agarwal is doing will pave the way for AI to be a partner with us humans, rather than the dire scenario of AI taking over the world as being depicted by the doomsayers. I wish Professor Agarwal and his peers all the best in taking India forward at a rapid pace. I would like to conclude by commending each generation of the managing trustees from the PSG members. All the 9 managing trustees, as was outlined in the video, the first generation of Rangaswamy Naidu and Ganga Naidu, the second generation of Sri G.R. Govindarajulu, Sri G.R. Damodar, and Sri G. Varadaraj, and the third generation consisting of Mr. G.R. Karthikeyan, Mr. V. Rajan, Mr. G. Rangaswamy, and finally the 9th, Mr. S. Gopalakrishnan. All the 9 managing trustees, I'm happy to see, along with the other trustees, have kept have kept Sri P.S. Govindaswamy Naidu's vision alive and have in turn enhanced it more and more to serve the society in very many wonderful ways. May I request all of us assembled here to give a standing ovation to PSG and Sons Charities, please. Thank you. Mr. Gopalakrishnan, my thanks to you and Mr. G.R. Karthikeyan once again for inviting me here for this Augustus program. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. We are grateful for the time and effort you took to share your thoughts and experiences with us. And thank you also for joining us in sharing the pride and joy that we are also having to be a part of the great legacy of PSG. May I now request the Managing Trustee, Sri L. Gopalakrishnan, to hand over a memento as a token of our appreciation to the chief guest.
Sincere effort and intelligent execution. On this auspicious occasion, PSG is eager to underscore the importance of acknowledging and celebrating exceptional achievements through two distinguished awards, the PSG Vishwa Seva Ratna and PSG Vishwa Jnana Ratna. The Vishwa Seva Ratna is a prestigious recognition bestowed upon individuals who have demonstrated exceptional commitment and outstanding contributions to global service and welfare. This accolade is a symbol of acknowledgement for their selfless dedication to serving humanity, making a positive impact on a global scale. This honor celebrates individuals whose altruistic endeavors align with the highest ideals of global service, epitomizing a commitment to making the world a better place for all. May I request Dr. Sudha Ramalingam, Director, Research and Innovation, PSG Institute of Medical Sciences and Research, to introduce to the gathering the awardee for the PSG Vishwa Seva Ratna, Dr. P. Namperumal Swami, Chairman Emeritus of the Aravind Eye Hospital, and read the scroll of honor.
அனைவருக்கும் இனிய காலை வணக்கங்கள். A very good morning to all of you and all the dignitaries on and off the dais. I would like to begin by quoting a couplet from Tirukkural. புத்தேல் உலகத்தும் ஈண்டும் பெறலர் அரிதே ஒப்புரவின் நல்ல பிறர். பிறர்க்கு உதவிடும் பண்பாகிய ஒப்புரவு என்பதை விட சிறந்த பண்பு இந்த உலகிலும் வேறெங்கும் கிடையாது. There's nothing more nobler than benevolence. Today, we have a great person amongst us who personifies these words. It's indeed an honor to me to be introducing our PSG Vishwa Seva Ratna awardee, Dr. P. Namperumal Swami. Thank you, sir, for being here. Dr. P. Namperumal Swami graduated from Madras University and completed his master's in ophthalmology from Madurai University. He later received training in diabetic retinopathy at the University of Illinois, Chicago. He served as a clinical fellow at Boston and Harvard Medical University. He started his career as an assistant professor in Madurai Medical College, and in 1979, he joined Aravind Eye Hospital as professor of ophthalmology and chief medical officer. He later served as an adjunct scientist at Harvard Medical School and is currently the chairman emeritus of the Aravind Eye Care System. A Padma Shri and B.C. Roy awardee, Dr. P. Namperumal Swami is the founder member of the Global Trust, which runs the Aravind Eye Hospital and Postgraduate Institute of Ophthalmology. His prime mission in this hospital is to eliminate needless blindness by providing high quality, compassionate, and affordable eye care to all. Today, this organization renders human services through a wide network of 10 hospitals, 54 telemedicine-assisted village vision centers, 6 community centers, a manufacturing center for ophthalmic products, including intraocular lenses, and a consultancy and training institute for community ophthalmology. Through innovative medical interventions, awareness campaigns, and community outreach, the ripple effect of Dr. P. Namperumal Swami's efforts has been transformative, allowing individuals to regain the precious gift of sight. The provision of high-quality eye care at heavily subsidized costs has ensured that financial constraints do not impede the path to visual well-being for those in need. He is therefore a true visionary and in the pursuit of a world where sight knows no barriers. Thank you, sir. So may I now request our honorable chief guest, Sri Vijay Mohan, sir, respected managing trustee, and the awardee, Dr. Sri Namperamal Swami, sir, to come to the front of the stage as I read the scroll of honor. PSG and Sons Charities, Coimbatore. PSG Vishwa Seva Ratna is awarded to Dr. P. Namperamal Swami, Chairman Emeritus, Aravind Eye Hospitals, for exemplary dedication and visionary leadership, for tirelessly advocating for the eradication of preventable blindness, for providing accessible eye care, for empowering communities by collaborative initiatives and educational programs, for demonstrating an exceptional level of compassion and expertise, and for making an indelible impact on the lives of countless individuals. Awarded on the occasion of the 98th Founders Day, 25th January, signed by the Managing Trustee on behalf of Board of the Trustees. Thank you.
Now, we would like to hear from Dr. P. Namperamal Swami in response to the award.
Respected Mr. L. Gopalakrishnan, the Managing Trustee, the Sri Vijay Mohan, the Chief Guest, and the other awardee, Dr. Agarwal, all the distinguished delegates, the Board of Trustees and the staff and students of PSG institution. It's indeed a pleasure. I extend my gratitude to P.S. Govindaswamy Naidu and Son Charities for selecting me as the recipient through me to Aravind Eye Care System, to the institution, for the esteemed PSG Vishwa Seva Ratna Award. Receiving this award on the auspicious Founders Day of PSG Sons, is surrounded by dignitaries and friends, is truly a moment of great joy. Now I have to repeat what the chief guest has already told. The chief guest already has talked about Aravind Eye Care System, and the person who introduced me also has already told the achievements of Aravind Eye Care System. I will just fill up the gaps, what they have not told. I just inform as information part of it. Just like already has been mentioned, the fifth brother of PSG trustees, along with the four sons of, it is a very innovative, creative, indeed the trust, PSG Trust, as early as 1920s, thinking about it, starting around 32 institutions of educational and technological institutions to train people from all cadres. Similar to that, I just want to introduce the trust which I belong to. Dr. G. Venkataswamy, he was in the government service till 1976. When he retired at the age of 58, he wanted to continue the same work what he was doing in the government, serving the people, common people. So he wanted to form a trust, a Goval Trust. You will be surprised, what is that Goval Trust? See, G is Govindappa Nayakar, that is his father. V.E. is Venkataswamy. L is Lakshmi Ammal, his mother. So named after that, he asked his siblings to form a trust. And also, as a part of it, I joined also as a husband of a sibling. So we founded the Govel Trust with a mission of what he was doing it, a community-based eye care with modern technology at no quality compromise, high volume, to reduce the needless blindness in the country, not only in our country, but also in other countries, affordable to all, but at the same time, financially viable, so that we don't depend upon external support, anything, under efficient management systems. So it covers everything. So that is the greatest vision under which he formed the Govel Trust. We were in the government, myself and another trustee, Dr. Nachia, were in the government service. When he wanted to form in 1976, we resigned from the government service, joined the Govel Trust. But sharing with equality and treating charity as PSG Trust, at Aravind also did our share. You will be surprised, there are 36 family members working in Aravind Eye Care system in various cadres, not only as doctors, engineers, managers, and administrators, as regular employees, salaried people, no extra benefits of any kind from 1976. Nobody derives extra benefit. And Dr. V, as the mentor, commander-in-chief of the entire project, we worked as the soldiers of the army and then carried out the train. And Aravind Eye Hospital now has started as 11-bedded hospital, as he said, but now it is spread over Tamil Nadu, Pondicherry, Andhra Pradesh, and also all over Tamil Nadu also. We have about 136 outlets of the eye care services. And that is where and does about what we do is 25,000 to 30,000 outpatients we see every day, and 15,000 to 20,000 surgeries every day, and catering around 7 to 8 lakh surgeries per year. That amounts to 45% of the entire Tamil Nadu eye care activity. A single institution, that is the service what we were. And last year we did around 57 lakhs. The next thing what I want to say is, when the patients are not able to come, Dr. V thought that, why don't we go to the patients? That is how the outreach activities started, the ICAMs. And we have done about 2,819 camps last year, and worked about 6 lakhs of patients last year, and 100,000 surgeries free of cost. That is what the entire thing is in the outreach camps. And all these things, we thought management people assess the efficiency of ICAM. 7% of the patients who need eye surgery only attended these ICAMs. So innovatively, what we thought was, why don't we start a permanent structure in the villages, what we call vision centers, managed by experienced technicians, but they will do all the investigation with teleconsultation with the base hospital. Every day we do around 2,500 teleconsultations per day. That cuts down the cost of the patient, and that is another thing which and more than that, these vision centers also cater to the needs of 10 lakhs patients per year. So if you want to build a hospital for 10 lakhs per hospital in any institution, you know how much money it will cost, but now it is done. With all these patients, hundreds and thousands of patients we operate for cataract, you all know now, you have to put an intraocular lens in order to give quality vision. There was a lot of controversy. Why do you want to have that luxurious contact lens? Now, our founder thought that it is not luxury. This intraocular lens for cataract surgery is more needed in our country than Western country, because our people work in the field. They have to work in day and night with all difficulties. They can't wear the glasses outside. But the cost of the lens was so much, about $75 to $100 per lens. You can imagine when we are doing 500,000 surgeries per year, 500,000 into $150. So what we thought was, why don't we manufacture these lenses here at Madurai, what we had Aero Lab. And we thought that technology, brought down the technology here. With the help of our own people, we started manufacturing, bringing down the price for $5 a piece. So that every patient can afford to have that quality of vision. Now, in addition to that, we are manufacturing all the ophthalmic equipments and everything we are doing it. Now, not only this, I have to say there are other innovative things. Is having doctors will be very expensive. In order to do surgeries of 500,000, what we thought was we started training mid-level ophthalmic personnel. Mid-level ophthalmic personnel means there is high school trained, high school finished girls who are not having any work and who are a burden for the family. We recruit them. We train them on the job. They assist in all the areas of our operations, outpatients, everywhere, and even making the lenses. The 80% of our workforce is girls, ladies. And that also brings down the price of how Mohan said that it is affordable, accessible, and we are able to do that. So we have our staff of, not only we are self-supporting, we are also, with the money we earn from the paying patients, spending money for establishing vision centers and all other things, the new hospitals come up with our own support. So we don't depend on outside help, outside. What I'm saying is management. The entire hospital thing, our entire institution is a failure or the success depends upon how you manage them. That also, because we felt that how the management is important, we started our own Lions Aravind Institute of Community Management. That is another where we train the managers, administrators, and also take, just like the textile people will know, taking sick mills and helping them to improve. We give consultation to the hospitals which need them for encouragement and other things. So in that way, we are supporting 368 hospitals, not only in our country, but also around 29 countries outside in the developing countries also. So that is the spirit of sharing. That is the LICO activities. In order to serve this large volume, high quality, without compromise of the quality, we have to have the people who are trained with our own values and culture rather than the people hiring from outside. So we started our own postgraduate institute. And postgraduate institute, because we had all three senior people, we could start affiliating with the universities, postgraduate institutions. So now we have around a team of 5,500 people with 1,100 people working at the Aerolab, manufacturing state-of-the-art equipments, intraocular lenses, people, everybody is working with regular salary with employees. That is another. So, as Mr. Mohan has already told, Dr. V started this project after his retirement at the age of 58 in 1976. He handed over the reign in 1996, and I took over from 1996 and continue as the chairman and also founding member. And with this same value and culture, we are able to follow it because of the members and other dedicated team which are with us. That all depends upon how you do it, how you can develop them rather than blaming others. So that is the way which the leaders have to build their team. A leader must have a vision. A leader must have a passion to realize the vision. A leader must be able to travel into the unexplored paths, not regular things. And a leader must know how to manage a success and failure. There is no business without failure. You have to know how to do that. And a leader must have courage to make decisions. Both the leaders, is a PhD, Govindasamy Naidu and Govel Trust, Venkateswamy had that vision, far-sighted vision, how to develop it, and we were able to follow on the same work culture. And that is how the Aravind Aikar system was able to attract the Bill Gates Award or Champalimaud Award or Vision Award from Germany or everywhere. We didn't go far, but they recognize. And but we continue to work. There is no replacement for hard work. And in order to quote what Dr. V always used to say, it's not enough. Much has been done, but much more to be done. We have to continue that. Intelligence and capabilities are not enough. There must be the joy of doing something beautiful. That is the code. That is the way any institution must take it up. And once again, I take this opportunity to thank the PSG Trust, PSG family for giving this award, recognizing their activities. Definitely, we will work to be worthy of this award. Thank you very much for this.
Thank you, sir. PSG celebrates with pride your richly earned success.
Our next award is the PSG Vishwa Jnana Ratna. The Vishwa Jnana Ratna is a prestigious accolade that recognizes individuals for their exceptional contributions to global knowledge and wisdom. This distinguished honor is conferred upon those who have demonstrated outstanding expertise, profound insights, and significant achievements in their respective fields, transcending geographical and cultural boundaries. This award symbolizes a celebration of profound intellect, outstanding contributions, and a commitment to the betterment of humanity through the pursuit and dissemination of knowledge. We wish to inform the august gathering that the first awardee for the PSG Vishwa Jnana Ratna, Dr. Ajit Kumar Mohanty, Chairman of Atomic Energy Commission and Secretary to the Government of India, Department of Atomic Energy, has been requested by the Honorable Prime Minister of India to accompany the Honorable President of France, Mr. Emmanuel Macron, who is presently on a state visit to India. Dr. Mohanty has therefore expressed his inability to attend. He has also conveyed his best wishes to the charities. Nevertheless, may I request Dr. K. Vaidehi, Professor of Physics at the Department of Applied Science, PSG College of Technology, to introduce and read the Scroll of Honor.
My namaskarams to the august gathering. Dr. Ajit Kumar Mohanty, a native of Odisha, obtained his master's in physics from Ravenshaw College, Cuttack, and after graduating from the BARC Training School, he joined the Nuclear Physics Division at Bhabha Atomic Research Center. He obtained his doctorate from Mumbai University. Dr. Mohanty worked in several areas of nuclear physics, covering collision energy from the sub-Coulomb barrier to the relativistic regime using the Peletron accelerator at Tata Institute of Fundamental Research, Phoenix, France, and CMS experiments at Brookhaven National Laboratory, USA, and CERN, Geneva. Dr. Mohanty held several honorary positions at various organizations. He served the Indian Physics Association as General Secretary and later as its director, as its president. He had been the spokesperson for India CMS collaboration, director, Saha Institute of Nuclear Physics. He has twice been the CERN Scientific Associate, first during 2002-2004 and again during 2010-2011. As an accomplished physicist, Dr. Mohanty has significantly contributed to the realm of theoretical and applied physics. His groundbreaking research has not only expanded the frontiers of scientific knowledge, but has also inspired the next generation of physicists to strive for excellence. He was appointed the 13th director of BARC in 2019. In 2023, Dr. Mohanty took over the charge of chairman, Atomic Energy Commission, and secretary to the Government of India, Department of Atomic Energy. With his visionary leadership and strategic acumen, he is steering India's atomic energy endeavors. As the Secretary to the Government of India in the Department of Atomic Energy, he plays a pivotal role in shaping national policies and initiatives related to atomic energy. Dr. Mohanty's diplomatic skills and leadership on the international stage have elevated India's standing in the global nuclear community. His efforts in fostering collaboration, sharing expertise, and advocating for peaceful nuclear applications have strengthened India's position as a responsible and influential player in the nuclear arena. The Scroll of Honor, PSG and Sons Charities, Coimbatore, PSG Vishwanyana Ratna is awarded to Dr. Ajit Kumar Mohanty, Chairman, Atomic Energy Commission, Secretary to the Government of India, Department of Atomic Energy, for his exemplary contribution to science and service, for his distinguished career marked by unparalleled dedication to the field of nuclear physics, for fostering scientific innovation and ensuring the responsible use of nuclear resources, for his outstanding leadership in advancing atomic energy, and for his remarkable achievements and unwavering commitment. Awarded on the occasion of 98th Founders Day, 25th January 2024, signed by Managing Trustee on behalf of Board of Trustees. I now request Dr. Shaina Sheen, Professor and Head, Department of Applied Mathematics and Computational Sciences, PSG College of Technology, to introduce the next awardee for PSG Vishwanyana Ratna, Dr. Manindra Agrawal, Professor, Department of Computer Science and Engineering, IIT Kanpur, and read the Scroll of Honor.
A very good morning. I'm honored to introduce to you the second awardee of Vishwanyana Ratna, Padma Shri Dr. Manindra Agrawal. Dr. Manindra is a theoretical computer scientist and a professor of computer science at IIT Kanpur. Professor Manindra received his BTech and PhD in Computer Science and Engineering from the Indian Institute of Technology, Kanpur. He was a fellow at the School of Mathematics, Chennai Mathematical Institute, before being a Humboldt Fellow at the University of Ulm, Germany. In 1996, he joined IIT Kanpur's Department of Computer Science and Engineering and has served as the Deputy Director of IIT Kanpur from 2017 to 2021. He was also named as N. Ramarao Chair in 2003. Dr. Agrawal is well known for his path-breaking work in designing the first deterministic polynomial time test for primality of numbers and defining the bounds of arithmetic complexity of polynomials. This is one of the central open problems in complexity theory. He created the AKS primality test, resolving the centuries-old problem of a fast test of primality, for which he and his co-authors won the 2006 Fulkerson Prize and the 2006 Gödel Prize. He was also awarded the Clay Research Award for this work. Professor Agrawal designed private key encryption algorithms for Indian Navy and Air Force, which are used today by the armed forces to secure their communications. He is a part of the Center of Cybersecurity and Cyber Defense of Critical Infrastructures and the project director at C3I Hub, the Technology Innovation Hub on cybersecurity, both at IIT Kanpur. In 2013, Government of India honored him with a Padma Shri in the field of science and engineering. He is also the recipient of some of the most prestigious awards, such as the Shanti Swarup Bhatnagar Prize in Mathematical Sciences, Meghnad Saha Award, J.C. Bose Fellowship, Birla Prize, the TWAS Prize awarded to individual scientists from developing countries in recognition of an outstanding contribution to scientific knowledge, the Humboldt Prize for Outstanding Research Record. In September 2008, Dr. Agrawal was chosen for the first Infosys Mathematics Prize for outstanding contributions in the field of mathematics. He was also the recipient of the Distinguished Alumnus Award in 2003 by IIT Kanpur. He is also a member of various science academics, both national and international, and contributing to science and engineering in various ways. To conclude, I would like to let you know that the person that he is, by the following quote, Bhushanal Bhushanam Savinaya Vidya, the greatest ornament that you can adorn yourself is humility, and that is the greatest quality that Dr. Manindra has. Now, may I request our chief guest and managing trustee to come forward and do the honors as I read the scroll of honor. PSG and Sons Charities, Coimbatore, PSG Vishwa Jnana Ratna is awarded to Professor Manindra Agrawal, Professor, Department of Computer Science and Engineering, IIT Kanpur, for his outstanding contributions to computer science and mathematics, for providing valuable insights that revolutionize approach to complex computational challenges, for his commitment to national security by designing cutting-edge computer algorithms, and for his illustrious career characterized by intellectual brilliance, innovative research, and remarkable achievements, awarded on the occasion of the 98th Founders' Day, 25th January 2024, signed by Managing Trustee on behalf of the Board of Trustees. Thank you.
Now, we would like to hear from Professor Manindra Agrawal in response to the award.
Shri Vijay Mohan, founder of Precall Limited and chief guest of the event. Dr. Nempal Swami, Chairman Emeritus, Aravinda Eye Hospital and fellow awardee. Shri L. Gopal Krishnan, the Managing Trustee. The distinguished guests sitting here, the faculty of various PSC institutions and students, and ladies and gentlemen. I'm truly honored to be chosen for this award and the recognition. It's such awards, more than acknowledging individual contribution, are a celebration of the science, the technology, the academic domain contributions of in our country, and it is something that can hopefully inspire the newer generation to reach greater heights. And so I commend the PSC group, the trust, to think of instituting such awards. And well, I've been asked to share some thoughts, which is something very difficult for me. I am not a public speaker. The good thing about today's event is that I'm the last one. So much has already been said, and thankfully, therefore, I can limit myself to something that I feel, less amount of speech. I'll want to talk about some very interesting global situations and headwinds that are coming up, that have come up already, and our country's position in it. As I think we all know, the Honorable Prime Minister had declared the next 25 years as the Amrit Kal for the country, setting a target of 2047 for us to become a developed nation. Now, if you look at the global scenario, our country seems to be very well positioned to make use of our own abilities and the global setup that there is currently, the way our economy is doing, the way other countries are going forward to really contribute to the development of this nation. But at the same time, what is also clear is that we will need to do things in a different way. And coming from an academic institution, and I understand there are a large number of faculty sitting here, so I feel a certain affinity, and as a lot of my colleagues from the academic world are here. So I want to share this particular thought with them, that in the coming time, I feel that academic institutions will have to play a much bigger role. Traditionally, if you look at the way things have developed in our country from the time of independence, the first Prime Minister, Mr. Nehru, was a great proponent of the scientific temper. So he created or helped create a number of institutions, including IITs, with the focus of training the scientific manpower. Now, the use of this manpower, because the training is not enough, the trained manpower needs to be their expertise need to be put to good use to contribute towards nation building. So a number of research labs were created, whether it is CSIR for industrial research, DRDO for defense-related research, Atomic Department, Atomic Energy for atomic energy research. And then to take the technology which is coming out of these labs and make products out of them, we had a whole number of PSUs primarily for that purpose. So it was a very clear division, academic institutions to train, these research labs to utilize that training and develop technologies, and finally PSUs to deploy them. Of course, there was private industry also at the time, but the situation was primarily dominated by PSUs. Now, over time, of course, we know that has changed. These boundaries that were much more clearly defined earlier have become diffused. The private industry has come up in a very significant way to take up a lot of work that earlier was in the domain of PSUs. Academic institutions are, over time, again, started doing more and more R&D work, so that is not only got limited to the research labs. But until recently, I would say still the broad division had remained, at least in the mind of policymakers, the same. But with time, that is set to completely change. And in fact, I would say it's already changing. We have the modern technology that has come up. It has caused complete upheaval in the way, the thought process of the policy makers. Take, for example, AI. It is already being applied in cutting across various domains. And it is projected that within, let's say, next 10 years, it will kind of become ubiquitous. It's like every domain is going to get impacted by it. At the same time, the understanding, grasping this technology, making use of this, and this is, as I said, just an example. There are so many other technologies that are coming up today. It's a playground of young. The new generation, and we are all seeing the new generation that is coming up is so much more technology savvy than our generation, and this will continue. So these new technologies that are coming up, it's really the young that are going to lead it. And as a result of that, among other things, this research lab setup that exists in our country is going to become less and less relevant. Because this R&D now will be led by the young. And where are these young people found? Primarily in the academic institutions, who have an inexhaustible supply of young, continuously incoming, going out. Of course, once they get trained, today, again, you will find the young, and I understand the same situation is true here in the PSC College of Technology, Engineering. I was talking to my colleagues there that hardly anybody who graduating goes to one of these government research labs. Why is that? Because they find better opportunities out there in private sector and elsewhere. So in the coming future, this technology R&D therefore will be done at academic institutions and private industries, much less so in the R&D labs. So for people like us who are in the academic institution, it sets up, new domains or new opportunities. This is also being realized by the policymakers, as I said, and we find today the government we just had a colleague inform about me that I am involved with this technology innovation hub in cybersecurity at IIT Kanpur. This has been set up by the Ministry of Science and Technology as a Section 8 company in IIT Kanpur. This company is owned by IIT Kanpur. It's a not-for-profit company, and its mandate is to not only do R&D in cybersecurity, but also to develop and deploy usable products and offer services to everywhere in cybersecurity. So, and the idea behind this is that since in cybersecurity domain, again, it's one of the technologies where the young generation is a better expert than the senior generation. So use that young generation within IIT Kanpur to do the R&D, help them through startup or other means to take that technology out and make it deployable. So that's an example. And in general, this is how this is more and more likely to happen. The government is realizing that's why they are also pushing for it. But there is also a challenge that comes with it. The challenge, again, for us academicians, is that traditionally we are used to do an R&D in a specific way. We take up a research problem, do some R&D with the help of students, publish a few research papers in various journals and conferences, maybe build a prototype in the lab, check and see if it is working, record the results, publish it, and move on. We don't really go beyond that position, up to a prototype, and that's it. And there is a reason for it, because taking a kind of a functional prototype to actually a useful product, there is a long road there. It's non-trivial work that exists. And for us, there is not, let's say, a lot of incentive to do that job. But that if we want to really contribute to in the way that I just spoke about, some of us will have to take up that challenge as well and work with industry or startups and take these prototypes, and these are all classified in terms of technology readiness levels amongst other techniques. So, which we say TRL level 3 to 7, there is a big gap there, and that gap needs to be fulfilled by some of us working with the others. So that's where I hope that people from our community can rise up to this challenge. It's a great opportunity as well to make a difference, to contribute to the nation building. And with the hope that we will be up to this challenge, I once again thank all of you for being here. Thank the PSG Trust for this honor, and wish you all the best. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. And we really appreciate you for your impactful words. Your address has left us inspired and invigorated, and we will try to build a venture development culture inside the campus, as you said. May I request the chairman of PSG and Sons Charities, Shri G. Karthikeyan, to join the awardees on the dais for a photo session. Embrace change and lead with purpose and vision.
Thank you. Having come to the end of our Founders' Day celebrations, may I call upon Dr. N. Saravanakumar, Principal, PSG Institute of Technology and Applied Research, to propose the vote of thanks.
Honorable Chief Guest, distinguished awardees, respected Chairman, beloved Managing Trustee, ladies and gentlemen, good morning to one and all present here. I take immense pride in delivering the vote of thanks in this momentous occasion. It is said that what we achieve inwardly will definitely change outer reality. The founders of PSG and Son Charities found the true happiness in service to humanity. Wealth, power, and knowledge can become great assets when used with compassion. That is exactly what they have been doing for the last 98 years. It is very apt that we celebrate Founders' Day to commemorate the day in which the deed is drawn. The fifth brother is a person living amongst us eternally. This will continue to live with every breath we take. He has touched the life of every single person associated with PSG, and we are all here because of him. The fifth brother will perpetually be intervened not just in our lives, but in all the generations to come. We owe a sea of gratitude to the PSG Patriarch, Sri P.S. Govindaswamy Naidu, and his 4 sons for giving us the fifth brother, and the entire PSG Trust who have dedicated their love for the service of the people of Coimbatore and the nation. True success depends on integrity, honesty, and hard work, because these are the qualities that will be emulated by others. One will be remembered forever. Mr. Vijay Mohan, founder of Prikal Limited, the chief guest, demonstrates all these qualities and much more. I am privileged to express my gratitude to Mr. Vijay Mohan for consenting to be the chief guest of this event and honoring us with his presence. Thank you, sir. It is my honor to express my gratitude to Sri G.R. Karthikeyan, Chairman, PSG and Son Charities. G.R.K. sir has always been ahead of his time and a true visionary. He has been ceaselessly working to further the cause of education, healthcare, and especially keen on providing a safe haven for underprivileged orphan children. He has been held in high regard and respect for the true sense of love achieved through service. The purpose of life is to make difference that we lived well with integrity and compassion. It is my immense personal pleasure to express my gratitude to Sri L. Gopalakrishnan, our Managing Trustee. A soft-spoken person known for his humility, who possesses a natural inclination for identifying young talent and motivating them in all aspects of their lives. Thank you, sir. Awards are a recognition and celebration of excellence. PSG and Son Charities, with 98 years of service in various fields, is one of the prestigious group of institutions in the country. PSG, as a righteous and illustrious body, bestows glory and respect on the award itself. PSG Vishwa Seva Ratna and PSG Vishwa Jnana Ratna awards are conferred on those whose accomplishments have benefited mankind the most. I extend my heartiest congratulations and appreciation to the distinguished awardees, Dr. P. Namperumal Sami, Chairman Emeritus, Aravind Eye Hospital, Dr. Ajit Kumar Mohanty, Chairman, Atomic Energy Commission, Government of India, and Padma Shri Professor Manindra Agarwal, Professor, Department of Computer Science and Engineering, IIT Kanpur. On behalf of PSG, I am so honored to thank the illustrious awardees for accepting the awards. While thanking you, sirs, I also wish you many more accomplishments and accolades in the future. I express my sincere thanks to the core organizing committee members of 98th Founders Day, Mr. Nandakumar, our legal advisor, Mrs. Vimala, Chief Financial Officer, Mr. Jagannathan, General Manager Admin of PSG Hospitals, and Dr. Nadarajan, Professor and Director, Applied Mathematics and Computational Sciences Department of PSG College of Technology, and the entire organizing team for their meticulous planning and flawless execution of the event. I'm pleased to express my gratitude to all the heads of institutions, senior administrators, special invitees, press and media, faculty, and staff who have graced this occasion by your presence today. Thank you. Have a good day.
Thank you, sir. As we draw the curtains on this remarkable event, let us collectively reaffirm our commitment to the ongoing quest for excellence and significance. Together, let's explore avenues to propel knowledge forward, shaping our students into impactful contributors to our society and the wider world. With these thoughts, I extend my heartfelt gratitude to each one of you for gracing this event with your precious time and attention. Now, if you could all rise and join us in honoring our country by singing the national anthem.
जनगण मन अधिनायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता पंजाब सिंध गुजरात मराठा द्राविड उत्कल बंगा विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उच्चल जलधि तरंगा तव शुभ नामे जागे तव शुभ आशीष मागे गाहे तव जय गाथा जनगण मंगलदायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता जय हे जय हे जय हे जय 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 हे.
Thank you everyone for being a part of this memorable occasion. Let me also inform you that a feast awaits. Your presence is requested for lunch, which is served in the adjacent building in the ground and first floor. Wishing you all a good day ahead. Thank you.